Hey, good morning. How are you? It's a morning show. I'm still wiping the sleep from my eyes and getting it stuff. I had a lovely evening. I hope you did too. Chasing a cat with poop on his paw around the bedroom, and that's not code for anything. That's just true. Our little kitten that we are fostering, Chip, is healing nicely. He is starting. He's still slightly gassy, but he's moved past his major intestinal issues. Intestinal, yeah. Well, at this point, it's so mucked up it should be any word. I just decided to make up for it, and he went in the litter box and then he stepped in his own make, and then he just decided to traipse around the room and thought it was a game to run from us while we're just oh boy. So there we are. With mornings with Chip, and that's just how it works. There you go. Life of a foster rescuer. It's true. The tell the cats. He said, psst, psst. Okay, I will. I'm glad you speak kitten. Which is, by the way, what he sounds like when he lays in the bed next to me. He's so adorable that I posted a picture on my Twitter of him laying on my arm, and then you just can't get up. You can't get up. He's laying there. He's adorable, and he just won't move, and your arm's losing all sensation. It's frozen in this weird position. It's just like 5 degrees from comfort, right? You know what I'm talking about. When it's like when you're laying in bed with your betrothed, your mate, your one and only, or your Mr. Right or Mr. Right now, and they're laying on your arm, and it's nice. You're glad they're laying on your arm. It's nice for the cuddle aspect of it. It's a positive thing. After a few minutes, start to recognize it'd be nice if my arm was slightly rotated this much. But rotating it this much will either wake them up or will, because they're so nice, they'll try to move off your arm entirely, and that's not the point. Just the slight modification is okay. Just a slight rotation. Thank you, Luis. Good morning. Thanks for the super chat. This is our morning hangout show. Less formal than the afternoon show. Yeah. You're never allowed to dislodge a cuddly kitty. It's the law. It's kitten arm. There you go. Thanks, Can't Stop Lying. He posted the picture. And so you'll get it'll be laying on your arm. Like, he does this thing, and it's so cute. Like, right when you're about to, like, all right, I'm going to move him because it's too much, he'll stretch his arms out like this and then put his chin further out. And you're like, it just got cuter. How did it get cuter? You bastard. I was just about to kick you off my arm. It's very telling. Anyway, so Chip he's close to possibly getting a home. We got one of Summer's dancer friends has she's a Raiderette, actually. She has a kitten, younger, it's a little older than Chip, that's also black and white, and she's like thinking about maybe paralleling them, because when she's gone, it's better if she has a solo cat, if it had a friend to annoy. You always think that. You always think like, my cat needs a cat. Dogs will establish a hierarchy and then just get on with it. Cats, they're always jockeying for alpha. It just never ends. And so you could think everything's fine, and then or they're just always at edge. Like, who are you? Why are you here? Who are you? Why are you here? And it's different cat to cat. It really is. Chip is a failed foster waiting to happen. He's not, Roberta. We're not. He's going to go someplace. It's going to happen. But it is better to have a pal. We have 4 cats right now. We don't need a 5th. That makes it slightly easier. And a couple of our cats are, quite frankly, feeling neglected. You can tell they're a little mopey because they're not getting into the master bedroom, because we put a piece of plexiglass. It's sort of a cruel trick, but it keeps them from climbing out. We put a piece of plexiglass in front of the door, like halfway, so that the cat can see out and know that it's not a wall or something, and the other cats can see in, that the room didn't stop existing, and we're not shutting the door, and there's still airflow and all that kind of stuff, but the kitten can't get through. But one of our cats, Maddie, just leaps over the thing, and it's the most cartoon leap you've ever seen. She's clumsy. She falls off of windowsills. She tries to jump to scratching posts and eats shit all the time. Maddie is pretty and dumb. She's our supermodel cat. And yet, when it comes to the plexiglass in the door, she'll just wiggle her butt a little bit and then just patoing, and it's just this perfectly formed cat, all legs up, tail curved slightly forward like this on her back like that, so it doesn't get snagged on anything, and it won't clip the top because she doesn't know, and she just kind of like in one shape just goes magically over the plexiglass and then lands like dump, and then just pretends nothing happened. It's amazing. It's the one thing she does right. Poor Maddie. She's so pretty and stupid, but just twing. It's just, and it needs a sound effect. I'll try and film it at some point and post it because it's adorable. She's not very bright. Bless her heart. Yes, she found her superpower. There's a lot of news, obviously, that I'm going to be covering later on today during the regular show. But one of them includes digging up and reading all the way through, because I love you guys, the entire election 2020 grassroots canvas report from Maricopa County. Dun dun dun, from the Cuckoo Go Nuts, Liz Harris in Maricopa County. Yeah, it's not that long, and it is just beyond bullshit. It's lovely. I enjoyed it thoroughly. So I will be getting to that later on today, and it will obviously be part of like comparing it to what actually people are claiming. And thanks for the ad time redemptions on Twitch, guys. That's really awesome. There are other things you can do to for channel points. There's a whole list of things in there, including making me do push-ups and sit-ups. I'm setting up a camera below the desk so that if people, when we're doing the morning show anyways, if people ask for that, I'll be able to show it. Not right now yet, but yeah. Yeah, I got the Bannon Q Gal interview. You mean MTG? Because she was on there yesterday, but we'll get it. Believe me, if it's to be had, we'll have it. So let's jump right into our Twitter trends this morning. Let's see what the weather on social media. I feel like a social media weatherman. This is going to be sit-ups, crunches, or bicycles. I'll do something like that depending. I'm going to have to put a yoga mat down here. It's concrete basically. Did you see the race BSR Attorney General Dan Patrick said on Fox News? Not yet, but I'm not surprised. Yeah. We all love you, Hal. Sanity in an insane world. I try. How come I can't see Hal on my phone? Refresh several times. I don't know. Is it because I'm up on Facebook? I definitely am. Let me check and see if I may. If it's always a something. I got to reload the page. Restream also is not really great at how their website is built on. There you go, on what's actually. Yeah, I'm on Facebook. I'm not quite sure. It might be a local problem. Yeah. So, I'm sleepy puffy today. It's good. This is what happens when the cats are running. When the cat's in the cradle and the silver spoon, little boy blue and the man in the moon. All right, so so much fun. And by the way, I was looking after yesterday's morning show for something to raid afterwards, maybe, because people are up or they're at home or something like that. Maybe send you guys. Nobody. I don't know anybody who streams early. I don't know anybody. Everybody else is like, ugh, we'll get to it later. Yeah, we got 273 people just in the morning chat. That's a full on that. If you'll recall, that used to be our entire crowd in the afternoon show, right? That we used to get like, holy smokes, look at the numbers. And now we've expanded so much that this is like our little gathering. You know what I mean? Yes, don't forget to hit the like button, thumbs up, share, that kind of thing. This is one of those easy things. We get more philosophical. I got more room to wiggle, if you know what I'm saying. denuclearization. It's gonna make me. I'm gonna make myself laugh about nothing. All right. So, this is rude, Twitter. Right out of the gate. Right out of the gate, you're just being a jerk. Prince Philip's will remain sealed for 90 years. Okay. First of all, let me state unequivocally in language and directly to camera in a way that I have tweeted many times in the past. I am an American, and we fought a revolutionary war so that I don't have to give a shit about royals. I don't care. I don't care who you marry. I don't care who you replace who with or who's jockeying for the next position. Monarchies are ridiculous. I think they're kind of cute. I think England should keep theirs. It's adorable. Sweden, knock yourself out. But it's fucking ridiculous. There are no magic families. Get over yourself. I don't care. And just because it's been going on a long while, there's no reason. It's not a scientific theory that we can all, build other theories upon. It's just how shit used to run. And again, I've said this and I get people freak out about this all the time. But when people bitch about the New World Order was and was always meant to be an alliance of democracies against monarchies, theocracies, and dictatorships, which is the old world order. The old world order was warring kings sending their serfs to murder each other for land and crap. Literally for dung. They used it for money back in those days. I heard that somewhere on a YouTube video. But the New World Order was meant to be democracies flourishing and then aligning with each other to better their democracies, but also to fend off dictatorships and former authoritarian rulers who might want to ruin those dictatorships and ruin the democracies and take the power back from the people. Now, I do like traditions. I just don't. I will not. I don't like authoritative traditions. I like communal traditions. I like familial traditions. I like shit we do every year because it's Festivus for the rest of us, or whatever your thing is. I love Christmas. I love, like normal kind of church services for things like that. I appreciate those things because they are optional and they are not a form of government, God damn it. And I refuse to give a shit. I don't care about Meghan and stuff. I don't care that she was treated like shit by the family that she knew she was marrying into. It's a royal family. What do you expect? I don't care. I'm not going to. I'm not going to disparage the memory of all those who died in the Revolutionary War by going, I wonder what the princess is wearing this year. Fuck that. No. But hal it. Behal all you want. No. End of conversation. No racism is the least I expect. I don't expect that from monarchies. Why the fuck would I? They're first of all, if they're not monarchies the world over, if they're not completely inbred and are so they believe they are a singular race themselves, meaning their bloodline is meaningful. That's a form of specific. That's like laser focused racism. You know what I mean? That is the absolute ping of racism. Is our family's blood needs to stay in our family. What? What? No, I'm not doing it. In the same way that if TMZ or Page 6 wants to tell me who's breaking up with who as a celebrities, they get together, but oh my God, they're Brad and Angela and who's dating and then they broke off and fuck you. I don't care. It's none of my goddamn business. It is not my business. I don't care. I'm not using them as an example of how my relation's going. It's none of my business. None of my business. I'm not. It's celebrity gossip is not. It's beyond annoying. It's actually damaging and gross, especially when you get to the world of TMZ and that crowd, where they're literally driving young Hollywood starlets and actors to drinking and anorexia. Fuck you. Leave them alone. And I don't know. Like, I try to keep all my stuff clear of it, and I'm sure there's like on that little paperly thing that I do or something, I've done pretty well at like eliminating what can be advertised on there and stuff, but I don't have a choice everywhere. But like on Huffington Post, of all places, let me see if I can find this. I'm gonna have to go back there. Hold on. Let me go back to here. Huffington Post, which is supposed wrong one. Huffington Post, which is supposed to be kind of a bastion of liberalism, of especially women's rights and the like. Let's see, where is it? And this is just me popping up on their page right now. I have to let's see. Don't miss. You do. Oh, there life. See if the ads come up on the other ones. Yeah, here you go. So on this is Huffington Post today, right? This over here, this sidebar that's on here all the time, is our advertisements. These are all sponsored clicks. They're meant to look like stories. These are too. And they're peppered in with the story. So this one's written or borrowed from someplace else. It's a barrel edition story, meaning that they stole a story from somebody else and slapped their name on it and go, as the Washington Post is reporting, and then they basically cliff notes the Washington Post report and go, look what we did, right? Let's see. Jamie Lee Curtis warns everybody not to F with Johansson amid Disney lawsuit. That's the shit. At this point, she can say whatever she wants. Along the right side, they always have this stuff. Right here, the one co-star, the Sound of Music actress hated. Now, this box right here is, one of these two in the middle is usually populated with, and we'll see if it, let me maybe reload it and see if it gives me a different one. Because it will rotate through. Sometimes it's by the day, and then other times it will be, yeah, it's a different one. Here you go. Magazine cover Photoshop fails no one can forget. This is the funniest thing we've seen all day. Like these are websites that when you click on them are just peppered with ads. Okay? If you ever try to read one of these things, it is this much of the story or the photo, like here's 22 pictures of celebrities walking in parks that you've never seen, right? And then the rest of it, the side is all ads. It's all ads below. There's an ad in the top. And what are you talking about, Benny Loco? I'm going to get to that in a second. Let me finish my thought and I will check in on that. Yeah, but anyway, so it isn't that there are a lot of ads on those websites. It's that those ads are the website. The whole purpose of these stories is to operate like, Us Weekly at the checkout counter and make you go to a website that when you click on it is full of ads. And every single one, yes, it's ad bait. Exactly, Gail. And it's beyond clickbait. Clickbait at least is meant to be, it's a lying headline that makes you engage and read the article and something. That's bad enough. Ad bait is literally just taking you to a site that is all ads and hoping that you click through it and they make money off that. But at the very least, they get a penny for every ad that's on that site in eyeballs. So this is a ricochet. These are all like they're everywhere. They're on a bunch of sites. And they're on a lot of liberal sites, quite frankly, who just sign up for this site to finance themselves because they don't get enough lovely support like I do from you guys. Thanks, Super Chatters. And thank you guys, by the way, for the Venmos yesterday. My watch is acting weird. The zero doesn't work to get into it, so I have to take it to the store because I can't get into my watch because that's usually what pops up and lets me know. But thank you for the Venmos. Yeah, my watch is basically just a watch now. What the hell is that? But this is basically like low-level sexism. Want to see a pretty girl look ugly for a minute? Ta-da! Oh, Jerry, happy birthday. Celebrating my birthday with you. Oh, that's nice. Mine is next Saturday. Is that right? Yeah. So that's what these are for. Like, they're sexist clickbait that ends up being ad bait. Right. Did it happen after the update the other day? It very well may have, Carl. Get your O fixed. I know, you don't want your O broken. That'd be wrong. Yeah. And thanks, Ken Suplion's posting the in the chat room. He's posting the at my physical address if you want to mail a card to her, anything like that. If you want to make a donation to something in my name, if that's the way you swing, which is a lovely thing to do, I highly recommend our dear friends at the Wild Horse Ranch Rescue in Arizona. They save wild horses who are going to be slaughtered from, like either retired police and military horses or horses that have been run off their land by the likes of the Bundy and others. They save them, and it's a great organization, and that's a lot of horses to feed. So that would be my choice if that's the way you like to give in the name of given in the name of boom burner given in the name of boom burner. All right, that's weird. Yeah, so people are outraged at celebrity channels that didn't happen on okay, these are and this stuff too, like where they just do entertainment kind of clickbaity stuff as well on there. It's kind of low rent stuff mixed with this this stuff. And then, like I said, here's this one says advertisement above it, but it's it's in here amongst these other ones. If you're just running along, oh, what's that? And you click, and there you go, and then they get money off of that. Like that. Here's an ad I don't have a problem with. I don't know the company, but here's a shirt. They just print whatever the fuck on shirts, and that's fine. And if you want something, you get 3 and you get a 4th off. I don't get any money from this. They do. This is an Uppost thing. This is an ad. That's obviously an ad, and I have no problem with obvious ads. If you have a company and you need people to know about your company because you want to sell what your company makes and you think people would like it, ads help. It's not this is not high math. That's fine. This is fucked up. And like I said, Raw Story, let's see, which is viewed as largely a quite lefty site. So here we'll look back over here. This is oh god, this is the cover of Raw Story today. Yeah. So here's a get a little ad there, something like that. Scroll down through this, and when we get down to the bottom, and it's usually beyond the stories. They click on. A lot of times you have to click in one of these. We'll go to the giant sequoia story, which is they're trying to protect against the wildfires, so they're wrapping them in tinfoil to protect the outer level of them because they're pretty thick, so they don't get through there. Yeah, here you go. So this is, right here it says sponsored content, but a lot of times you blaze past that when you're scrolling down, and you'll see Nevada launches new policy for cars that use less than 50 miles a day. Seniors. Nevada seniors, this is their audience, and the clicks know on this. This is how old the people are who are generally watching. Doctor discovers natural solution to macular degeneration. Oh, you mean be Gary Oldman that's Gary Oldman as Winston Churchill. What? Learn how one of the wildfires led to a device that can power your home. Yeah, this is sponsored content. If you click on this is an ad to lead to you to put something on your, on your meter to dial it down. Far out mental health goes psychedelic, #1 stock to watch. Whatever. So watch out for this right here. Where is it? Sponsored. I'll move that over. Sponsored content. See that right up there? That thing. Look out for, because it's not real big. It's just black text in there with it. And the idea is that it's sponsored context, not ads. These are ads posing as news. Anyways, okay, rant over. It just aggravates me. It just, I know, but that. Sally Yates, many of us thought be a good place to go. Yeah. More momentum for Sally Yates to be the director of the FBI. I'm good with that. There's a petition going around. We dig Sally Yates, absolutely. I'm following Sally Yates. Yeah. Just saying, if Merrick Garland, Merrick Garland is only in the position he's in as sort of revenge over the decision that Republicans made not to make him a Supreme Court justice. If that hadn't happened, Sally Yates would already be in the job. Just count on it. And she should be. Oh my God. Yeah. I mean, there's so many. Yeah. I think she'd be terrific in the job. No question. I'm for it. Co-sign. Yes, Sally Yates. There we go. That was a short one. Uh-oh, John. Oh, wait. Hold on. It jumped again. 2 charge over the killing of journalist Maggie Northern Irish police say. Yikes. Irish news. I don't know enough about it or dive right in. If you see this beautiful insect, please kill it. The New York Times. Jesus. There's a new natural predator in New York City, and the government wants us to kill it. Can we summon the result? What? If you see one of these beautiful bugs, squish it. That's the message. Director of Horticulture at the Brooklyn Botanical Garden said. Die, beautiful spotted lanternfly, die is the name of this story. Oh my God, this is going to be an off-Broadway play. Newest invasive insect threat to plants of New York City and New York State is both beautiful and highly destructive, as well as very challenging to control. It's because its colors keep the birds from eating it. Thought it was pretty. I left it alone. I'm sorry. Someone find it and kill it. Killed one of these suckers this morning. This is the bravery of New Yorkers never ceases to amaze me. The heroic fight back. Hold! I'm just like picturing a bunch of New Yorkers just standing there like Braveheart. Hold! Hold! I'm up to date with the killing of the beautiful insect. Yes. Maggie? Oh, Maggie Chung. Oh, I love In the Mood for Love. I don't know if you've ever seen In the Mood for Love. It's a beautiful film. Maggie Chung is fantastic. I don't think this is the Maggie they were talking about that created it, but it was the top one. Such a great movie. Both of them are terrific. Tony Leung is terrific in it as well. It's a heartbreaking movie. It's really, really good. Maggie Chung is amazing. And then Maggie Smith said, what? Every time I think about Maggie Chung, fan cam featuring Mandarin cover to take my breath away. I mean, yeah. I mean, Maggie Chung, come on. Come on. Just forget about it. It's Maggie Chung. I have words for any up and coming stars in China that are doing very well. It's time for white knights. You gotta split. If you start getting a name for yourself and they let you do a co-production in Europe and you just kind of you go on a vacation to the US or Canada, stay. Just telling you, stay. We'd be lucky to have you. You can perform movies here, and then they won't decide at one point if you support Hong Kong democracy to make you disappear. My hair is in a ponytail today. I don't know what that is. There's a condom ad. There's lots of Maggies out there. Oh, is it? Is it a Haberman thing? Is that what did this? Right about this in up-down modern political world, new Twitter alliances of memory hold these things. In 2010, Rubin wrote of Obama during the so-called Ground Zero mosque fight, his sympathies for the Muslim world take precedence over those such as they are for his fellow citizens. Jennifer Rubin. And up-down political world, Maggie Haberman, Peters, Clinton, Cash Book, y'all, right. That's why, okay. DC press is getting cranky again because after Afghanistan, it's back to another slow, no drama news month under Biden. They resent it. That's true. That's the biggest problem the news has right now. That's why you're hearing so much about the Trump books. Can I give a tip via PayPal? You may. It's paypal.me/Hal Sparks. Thanks very much, Stargal. I appreciate that. Thanks for asking. So, this is Jennifer Rubin and back and forth with Maggie Haberman. People can take issue with the timing of a story or the subject of a story, but suggesting the reporter did something nefarious when the person didn't follow the way OTR works is wrong. No, just really low class when dealing with a fellow journalist on something, not a newsworthy scoop. I mean, really, who behaves that way? Why is this his responsibility, not yours, to know how journalism works? I don't think you understand. Reread the tweet or not, whatever. Just the level of quality of conversation. For the uninitiated and the initiated pretending they don't know because it's a fun way to slam a reporter, off the record is an agreement. Don't send an email saying OTR, especially when you're ostensibly in journalism, and not wait for the reporter to agree. Yeah, if you go, this is off the record. I think the body's somewhere in the woods. And they go, wait, I didn't agree that we're off the record. That she's right. You can dislike a report and dislike what they wrote and dislike when they wrote it, and you can voice all that. You can't do is spread journalism committed an infraction when they didn't, when you know better. Okay, so every hack learns this the hard way. Every good hack only has to learn once. You never know when you might record. You never know when you might be on the record, like when Find Out started and on Chicago with the Foreign Engagement Party. For the uninitiated, pretending. Is there some related? This is really basic stuff. I don't know what it's related to, though. It's already, because New York controls the news, by the time, California wakes up and gets engaged, they're already halfway through the argument. Can we just go back to Maggie Chung, then? Can we just go back to, like, Maggie Chung standing? Is that wrong? That's fine, right? I'm reading awfully fast. I'm sorry. That's my breeze reading. If I get to something that's worth repeating, I will slow down and read it most of the time. But I just I read at my speed reading. Minor. I mean, when I'm not sub-vocalizing, I can read way faster than that. But if I'm reading along and doing it kind of speed reading, getting through I will jibber jabber as I'm going along, and then go back and go, okay, this is the part that we need to focus on or look at. Just Maggie Chung, everybody. Let's just do that. Maggie Chung's awesome. Just a great actor. Just great. That's it. Yeah. So, that's enough for that. I don't need to even deal with Maggie Haberman this early in the day. That's just wrong. Too much caffeine? No, actually, I've only had, this is my cup of coffee, and it was only up to like here. I've only had like 3 sips. I set it down and the ice is melting. I haven't actually had a sip. Now I have. General Sherman, that's the giant tree, right? COVID-19 news, that's always in the same position. South Dakota Governor Kristi Noem says South Dakota will challenge President Biden if he mandates vaccines. Oh, look. We will not be mandating COVID-19 vaccinations. The Biden administration has no business forcing vaccination of the American people through executive decree. President Biden mandates vaccines. Oh, it's nice of her to recognize that. See, Kristi, you went and you screwed the pooch for everybody. You ruined it. Because finally, someone admits it's not a mandate. It's a testing mandate. The vaccine is optional. if you don't want to have to deal with all the testing to prove you don't have COVID in a large group of people, you can go get vaccinated. You should go get vaccinated. It's a good idea. But if you don't want to get vaccinated, get a fucking test. Even if you have a religious exemption, stop it. You don't have the right to bring a disease into a room full of people and pretend you're not. Asshole. Anti-Christian, anti-American, violent, like, doesn't believe in consent, coughing all over people. Because here's the thing. Even if, and this is another if, even if, like, let's say you're one of these anti-mask folks before they end up on a ventilator choking on their own lung juice, those folks, most of them view themselves as patriots. They say that shit all the time. And as Christians, right? These are the two things. But apparently, they believe that coughing on or potentially spreading a disease to somebody is warranted in Jesus-like patriotic behavior, which it isn't. If you're a patriot and a Christian, you can wear a mask in the areas where the larger societies ask you to wear the mask, and then talk to people through the mask and go, I don't actually think these are necessary. I'm basically doing it in deference to people right now, but we really don't need to be wearing these things. And we should look into instead of, I'm losing oxygen, I can't think, tyranny, right? But the best thing about this article is Governor Kristi Noem. This should be the headline. USA Today, you need a new headline. Governor Kristi Noem admits the Biden administration has no vaccine mandates. Even federal workers, you can quit. You don't have to work for the government. This is not communism. We don't live in socialism, right? I don't believe in the socialism of the big government. I don't believe in big government. That's why I'm a federal worker. What? I work as a federal worker to make sure that I do my job so shitty that people don't want help from the federal government anymore. That's why I'm not getting a vaccine. This is the goofy bullshit around this. It's nuts. Thanks for the if President Biden mandates vaccines, South Dakota will see him in court. Well, he ain't dumb. He's not. It's a testing mandate, if anything. There's no vaccine mandate. You're an asshole. And you blew it for everybody. Those two letters slammed together. Right, in this article, totally ruined Ben Shapiro's week. I mean, and Glenn Beck's week. And Newsmax's week, and OAN. Way to go, Kristi. Blow it for everybody. Pitiful. How the grind to 25K is real. I know, we're getting close. We're almost at 25,000 subscribers. Which is again, another force accelerator. As many people know, we were in the algorithm when we were trying to hit 5,000. Once we hit 5,000, it was way easier to hit 10. Once we hit 10, it's a long slog to 25. Once you hit 25, getting to 100 is easier because the algorithm starts to take you seriously. You start popping up. People start recognizing that you're doing more stuff and all that kind of thing and thingy. So, yes, we are getting close. We have to have some sort of 25,000 subscribers on YouTube, special or something. On my birthday. Oh, shit. If we could hit 25K, we'll probably hit it before my birthday. I don't want to brag, but I think so. My birthday's on the 25th. That should be our goal. Try to hit 25,000 subscribers by the 25th. That's a good one, right? For a birthday present, that would work. Yes, and anybody who's a troll, please hit the dislike. Please give a thumbs down because it boosts us in the algorithm. Engagement is king. Submit to the subscription. Yes. So, I immolate optimists? I don't think so. I don't think you can ever even dent my optimism. Yes, September 25th is my birthday. You emulate, I see. I think immolate means to impale. Opposing view. Oh, Christian, if President Biden mandates vaccine, South Dakota will see him in court. Opposing view. I'd encourage Americans to get vaccinated as it did, but that choice is theirs to make, not the federal government's to make for them. Oh, so she wrote this. This is an op-ed she sent in. Last week, Joe Biden claims it's not about freedom of personal choice regarding vaccines and the value of personal responsibility. Well, that's yeah. As far as testing goes, right? You don't have the right to smuggle a poorly constructed pipe bomb in the trunk of your car all over town. If you get pulled over, you're going to get fucking arrested. Because, well, it's not wired up. Yeah, but if you get rear-ended, it'll blow up. Yeah, but I'm a good driver. Fuck off. But my freedom and responsibility. I don't have an assembled bomb. I have all the parts loosely tied together with wire. The Constitution grants public health authority to the states. Yeah, except in a pandemic. Good Lord. And we have an emergency authorization. So, or the, what's it called? Emergency declaration, beg your pardon. We will not be mandating COVID-19 vaccinations in South Dakota. Yeah, you'll just watch the number of dead tick up. It'll all be dead Trump voters. You'll be weirded out because your state's turning purple. People go, how did South Dakota turn purple? Did the politics change? No, you killed off all your own voters, you dumbass. You aligned freedom and flag hugging with not getting the vaccine and not wearing a mask, and your people are dying. Bifurcate the two, separate them, and you might have saved your voters, but they're so entwined right now that there's no separating them in certainly in the next election cycle, but certainly not very possibly not for the next presidential election. Under the 10th Amendment, public health is left to the states. The powers not delegated to the states by the Constitution or prohibited by the states reserved to the states, respectively, or to the people. Guarantee the right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. This is an overarching providing for the common welfare. The common welfare passes over state lines, dipshit. The material way you carry it out, because the federal government isn't going to say everybody needs Jeeps to get the vaccine out to their citizens in fucking Kansas, where all you need is a bus. Or, a Tercel. Whereas in South Dakota, you might need Jeeps and trucks to get the vaccine out to people out in the rural areas. So the federal government doesn't define how you do it, just that you do it. Shut the fuck up with this 10th Amendment nonsense. The 10th Amendment doesn't let states go, we have decided our voters liked me, so they voted me in, and I've decided that half our voters don't deserve to live. So the federal government cannot tell me not to starve my people. And of course, I have the right to limit interstate commerce too. Chief Justice John Marshall Gibbons urged an opinion 1824. Jesus Christ, in 1824. Fucking hell. Because the federal government gave somebody the right to use the rivers, they gave them a lease that the state couldn't hand out. That's your reasoning. Reiterated this fact. America's founding fathers were familiar with responding to public health crises. No, they were fucking not. They absolutely were not. They had no idea we would have this many people flying from other countries with this many diseases at any given time, and that we would need a CDC and an NIH. Then why didn't they create one? Why isn't there a National Institute for Health in the Constitution? How come there's no Center for Disease Control in the Constitution? It's anti-constitutional. How come NASA, if they didn't want to come? Okay. Why do NASA's astronauts have to quarantine when they come back? Look, we're in the state of Florida knows that when an astronaut returns to Earth, they have no pathogens. The federal government did not mandate response to faced outbreaks of diseases such as yellow fever. The federal government did not mandate the response to outbreaks state and local. They left them alone because they couldn't do anything about it. Guess y'all are fucked was pretty much the answer. I will say, good shoulder development on the right side. Needs to put in a little on the left. It might be that she's actually holding something in her right hand, but if you're going for that kind of even cut, she's doing fairly solid. I will say, Christy, whatever. What do you think? CrossFit? She reeks of the Christian CrossFit movement, I think. By overplaying his hand, Biden may inadvertently increase vaccine hesitancy. He may cause Republican voters to stomp their feet and not get the vaccine just to show the owner libs. That's what she's talking about. This is not about what Biden's doing. This is her recognizing that her voter base, her contempt for and her belief in the ignorance and idiocy of her voter base. That's what she's stating here. Biden may inadvertently increase vaccine hesitancy. Inadvertently. Meaning Republicans. By saying our patience is wearing thin. Yeah. On behalf of medical professionals, the rest of society, looking at the dealing of the Delta variant spreading through rural hospitals and seeing all the people that are getting turned away or having to get oxygen in the fucking parking lot or being told to wait in their car when they've had an injury because of COVID in these places. Yeah, it's fucking annoying. The president risks demonizing the American people. No. The demonic people amongst the American people are getting antsy that they're being called out on their bullshit. People should know the facts. They should know what conditions may make them vulnerable to serious health consequences from the virus, which means she doesn't believe that everybody needs to be vaccinated. They should know how effective the vaccines are, and they should make the best decisions for them and their loved ones. They do know. Vast majority of people don't have a problem. Go talk to your doctor if you're concerned at all. And they should make the best decisions for themselves and their loved ones. Based on the statistics, the best decision is to get fucking vaccinated ASAP. And if you've got young ones in the house and you're worried about, like, what if my 15-year-old son has heart inflammation because of that? That concerns me and worries me. Well, then you should get vaccinated right fucking away so you don't bring it home to him, dum-dum. We will continue to make the vaccine available to everyone in the state and work with our health care providers to take care of the people who live here. Thankfully, we're making progress in the fight against virus. Therapeutics are proving more effective all the time, except when they're not. Data out of South Dakota hospitals shows that monoclonal antibody treatments are cutting hospitalizations of vulnerable individuals. Are cutting hospitalizations of vulnerable individuals. Enough? Probably not. Let's see. COVID-19 vaccination. This is Sanford Health. Can slow surge, but are they? Can. Written by Courtney. Hi, Courtney. Sanford Health is still projected to see a continued surge in COVID-19 cases late September into early October, but there are ways to avoid your own trip to the hospital. Numbers of hospitalized patients in the intensive care unit, and patients on ventilators have increased significantly week over week. I don't know that, Christy Noem, this is the fucking third sentence in the thing she's citing. What? Look at this. Look at this. Oh, I'll squeeze this down a little bit. Yeah. See a continued surge in late September, early October. That's not now. That's coming. Numbers of hospitalized patients in the intensive care unit and patients on ventilators. Once you get on the ventilator, man, it's hard to get off. Have increased significantly week over week. They're piling up. They're expected to peak early this fall before they begin to drop off. Why? Because the number of dead, will significantly take links out of the contagion chain. They're basically using a Spanish flu system, which is people live far enough apart that if everybody in a house has had it and only one person has died, the dead person was the one that did all the shopping, went into town, and they're dead now. So the rest of the family's going to stay home a little longer, and if they catch it, they won't spread it to somebody else, we hope. As of September 9th, that number approaches 150 total COVID-19 patients in Sanford Health hospitals. An overwhelming majority of these patients didn't get the vaccine. That number is where we expect it to be as numbers continue to increase. These people aren't out. Once they go in, they're in. Notice she's not in the first part of this anyways. They're not talking about a discharge rate. They're talking about refrigerator trucks. How can we avoid a surge? The first way to help avoid a COVID-19 surge, vaccination in all caps. This is the thing that Kristi Noem cited as, they're making progress. Where was she? There you go. Here you go. Thankfully, we are making progress in the fight against the virus. Therapeutics are proving more effective all the time. Data out of South Dakota hospitals shows monoclonal antibody treatments are cutting hospitalizations of vulnerable individuals. It is saying no such fucking thing. They're having a surge. These people are in there. They're not lowering it. All right. However, okay. This is their own paper. This is what she cited, goddammit. First way to help is get vaccinated. Boy, and there you go. Not in caps, but, bold. Besides the titles, the only bold thing in there. Another option, monoclonal antibodies. We'll get to that. Vaccination is still the best way we know to avoid suffering and possible death. What your body does really depends on how much you're prepared. If you're prepared, train your body to see the virus by vaccinating yourself. You're probably going to be able to fight it off without being hospitalized. The proof is in the numbers of those who opt not to get the vaccine. The proof is in the numbers for those who opt not to get the vaccine. The people who are in the hospital dying, the people who are in the hospital who survive but will have long-lasting damage. These are all people who didn't get vaccinated or waited till the last fucking second. My buddy, and I've told you about this, I have a friend who got COVID on paper after he'd been vaccinated. He technically qualifies as a breakthrough case. He got vaccinated the day before he tested positive because he knew he'd been exposed. So he got exposed and he went, oh shit, I know somebody who's got COVID, and he went out and got vaccinated. So he'd had his one vaccination and then he came down with it 2 days later and then got tested and had it. So 2 days after he'd been vaccinated, he got COVID. Well, he had COVID already. It just hadn't gotten to the level in his body where he could, where it showed up for a test. But he'll show up on paper as a breakthrough case. And that's, by the way, not a cousin of a friend in Trinidad or a friend of my cousin in Trinidad has swollen balls story. That's one-to-one. Talk to the dude. Know him personally. Jesus. If you're not willing to do that training ahead of time, what she means by that training is teaching your immune system by getting vaccinated. What a weird fucking thing. Listen to the language they're having to use. Is this what appealed to Kristi Noem and the Christian CrossFit community? Dude, it's like taking your immune system to the fucking gym, bruh. Right? Then possibly you could end up in the hospital. The possibility that you could end up in the hospital increases fairly dramatically. And the possibility that you could die from this increases very dramatically once you get in the hospital. So those 150 people are on relative death watch right now. Another option, monoclonal antibodies, kids. This is an outpatient therapy Sanford offers to treat COVID-19 positive patients at a higher risk for hospitalization. At a higher risk, meaning you've tested positive. And this is basically last-ditch vaccination. That's effectively what they're trying to do, is just load you up with cloned antibodies for it so your body doesn't have to produce them, which is what your body does when you're vaccinated. This is cheating vaccination. By the way, monoclonal antibodies, the MABs, that's putting a foreign antibody in your system, and your body can react and have an immunological response to MABs. That's why whenever you're on a MAB, like all these, drugs you see advertised on the news, on news programs all the time, If you look at their real name, they end the real name of the drug, not the, Shinalex or Gleaminex, right, from the brain candy. The end of it says MAB. That's a monoclonal antibody. It's a form of treatment. This is just like getting an injection of it to get you up to speed, basically, to fight it off once you've tested positive. It's a monoclonal antibody made synthetically to be directed against the coronavirus. I don't know why these assholes think that the vaccine's somehow sketchy, but this injection is fine. Both are reasonable ways to fight this, but the vaccine's going to prep your body to do it, and it's not temporary. The drop-off after the monoclonal antibody treatment, because your body will end up fighting the monoclonal antibodies in some cases, especially if you're at high risk for some things. That's why they have to be careful with it. That's why you have to do it under a doctor's care. How is it that all these like anti-vaxxers are like, I'm just going to get the monoclonal antibodies. I want to get the Regeneron because Trump got it. He also got the vaccine, dum-dum. The mRNA technology is now being tested in different cancer cases. Oh yeah, it's a great technology that was lagging behind because it was actually so good that you couldn't patent the overall usage of it in all these different diseases. So nobody wanted to have that be their main drug on the market or their main treatment because anybody could make it, a generic of it much easier. So Sanford opens up infusion centers for COVID-19 treatment. That's this stuff when people get it and they're like, oh shit, I tested positive and I'm a lifelong smoker and whatever. So they'll rush in. You're going to need to get the monoclonal antibodies. And everybody's going to, I just got the monoclonal antibodies and I was fine. Like, fucko. You know how much, medical care you take up doing it that way when you could have just gotten a shot? Fucking hell. It's the antibody that the body doesn't have or have enough of yet. That's what that is. You're just, basically, you're standing on you're born on third base, saying, and acting like you hit a triple to fight directly against the COVID infection. You're putting synthetic antibodies in your body. There are problems with that, but it is a treatment that weighing it against the probability that you might end up going, long haul on a ventilator, that's a better choice. But they have to give you other stuff to make sure your body doesn't freak out to that treatment as well. I don't get how these folks will wig out about, I don't know, the vaccine and the and yet this treatment is somehow fine comparatively. It's just, I'd rather get that injection than this injection. It's super weird. Has anybody talked to I'm just getting the Regeneron. I'm just going to get the monoclonal antibodies. I'll just get that. You're getting synthetic antibodies put in your body. And again, good on you. Get it. If you, but again, you're using up a treatment that could be for people who have, issues that would stop them from getting the vaccine. Oh, right. The vax is spreading COVID. Right. Well, no, wouldn't synthetic antibodies too? In the same stupid idiot, ridiculous medical theory that they're throwing around. It's been shown remarkably effective for eliminating the need for people to go from I'm sick at home to I'm sick in the hospital. Right, because you have to get it at that point. The problem is most of these people that are ending up in the hospital they're the hoax folks. So they don't actually think it's real. So they'll stay home until it's too late to use the Regeneron monoclonal antibody treatment on them anyways. I don't get it. So it's been very important for us to talk to our doctors, talk to our nurses, now talk to our patients about the fact that if you get diagnosed as, do I qualify for one of these antibody cocktails? Because those antibody cocktails are the type of thing that can decrease your risk of having to be admitted to the hospital later. Yeah, this is the next thing. It's do you know how expensive this is to administer compared to a vaccine? It's a whole next level. And it's just, what a dick move. And now that's what they're having to do in all these states. It's you've tested positive. You need to see if you should get the monoclonal antibody treatment. Nah, just go home, take some zinc and some horse shit. Just eat a road apple. Just bite into it. Breakthrough infections will happen. when you've been vaccinated, it can present itself in a variety of ways, no symptoms at all, mild or cold-like infection or hospitalization. According to the latest data, Israel joins the United States in having one of the worst rates of COVID-19 per million in the entire world. Look at the Israeli data versus United States data in highly vaccinated population. If you look at the number of people who have died per million in Israel, it's less than half the people who have died in the United States, which means the vaccine is still doing a very good job of preventing hospitalization death, even in people who have breakthrough infection, which is exactly what you would expect a good vaccine to do. Can monoclonal antibodies be used on children? That's a good question. It would depend. It would be the doctor's opinion about it, and the blood work would matter, I would think. Yeah, monoclonal antibodies are engineered from a clone cell. Exactly. They are a generic antibody against it that is being injected into you in large doses. What about in-person gatherings? Like wear a mask. They're saying all the stuff Fauci's saying as far as wear a mask in these places. And then what are they showing here? Here's a nice little picture. What's Sanford Health putting up on the screen? Tell us a little story. Oh, wait, I'm not. Why am I not hearing you? Let me go over here. Hold on one second. For some reason, I'm not hearing the audio from him, but let me check it. Dink, dink. There we go. I think that'll do it. Nope. Hold on. Oh, I see. That's my fault. I turned off the weather. Or did I? Curious. Huh. Oh, maybe the audio source is going through a different thing? You guys are seeing it. There we go. Hold on one second. Add this. This is them showing, this might jump in really loud, so I'm going to bring it down a bit. There we go. Add a source. Drink. Let's see.
In those beds for the nurses to be able to care for all of them at once.
Sorry.
And that's really the reason for our pleas this week and last week, and it'll be next week as well, is to make sure that we can keep people as safe as possible as we go through this spike.
I'm going to go back in this because I want to, that was just way too loud. I apologize. This is them talking to the folks in Sanford. I couldn't hear it. I was setting it up, so I should be able to hear it in a moment. Yeah, let's do this. Boink. There we go. Now I'll be able to hear it. One would think. Okay, here we go.
I've seen lots of comments that say, yeah, Sanford has lots of hospitals and lots of beds, so it's really not very many people. I think it's important to recognize that all of those hospitals and beds are staffed by nurses who have been doing this for a year and a half. And they are worked hard and tired and already taking care of your heart attacks, your strokes, your pneumonias, all of the other things that people come in with. And so my honest request is just to make sure that we can do everything we can to not wear out those nurses, to not wear out those patient care techs, to not wear out those folks cleaning our rooms. Because these next 2 months, if we're not careful, could put too many people in those beds for the nurses to be able to care for all of them at once. And that's really the reason for our pleas this week and last week, and it'll be next week as well, is to make sure that we can keep people as safe as possible as we go through this spike.
Yeah, as we go through this spike, we're just going through it. Yeah, Christy, Gnome, we're just going through a spike. It's like California fires. You know what I mean? We just do. It's like fire season, and you have anti-vaxxer season. It's loud and there's a slapback echo. Okay, so there's obviously something. I beg your pardon. I will pause that. I won't need to use that the rest of the shoe. It should be in there. I do not know why it's being restrained. See, I'll take that out. Here. Yes, I want to remove that. My brother's an ICU nurse right now, and he's broken. Yeah, we started this out with everybody clapping for people who were, frontline workers who were putting their lives on the line, dealing with this shit. And now it's like, stop bitching, just flip these assholes. Let's get on with it. Like, it's gross. So But remind everyone, Kristi Noem's telling everybody on the right wing, if Biden has a vaccine mandate, and proving right now that there is no mandate. There you go. Please stop. That's all right. This will get ugly. Please stop and read this. I saw he's going to haunt me how the Capitol riot changed live. Please stop and okay. This is just like, please stop and look at my. Or, okay, so that's a lot. Never mind. Ric Flair. Okay. Negan fans only. Shut up. Are you Team Negan, Team Rick, or Team Michonne? Walking Dead inspired earrings. Yeah, no, I'm not a fan of deifying bad guys. Sorry. Yeah, dude was a rapist. Like when we were introduced to that character, he had a harem of women he forced to have sex with them and made their husbands or boyfriends that were with them do work to free them, and then they never got freed, and most of them got killed, and then he beat people's heads in with a bat. Every group he met, he killed 2 people. Or he killed somebody to let everybody know he was serious. And it wasn't because the world's tough. We got to show these people. He was he reveled in monstrosity. Pfft. Trending in political figures. Salt. Why is that in political figures? Does it, by the time this shit rolls around, have we already gotten to the bottom of like the salt talks? I have no idea. So very weird. And then Wu-Tang on yeah, it's all Dan. Oh, good Lord. This is undated white genocide replacement theory of damn it. In 18 years, every one of them has 2 or 3 children, taking about millions of voters. He's talking about people crossing the border. Texas is a lieutenant governor. Oh, I didn't. That's right, because I didn't put the audio back up. Never mind. We'll watch this later. I don't want to get into this stuff in the morning show. Everybody will lose their breakfast. Hi. There's an ad. I love Gene Simmons' tweets, by the way. Do you know that somebody did a review of celebrity tweets, of blue check marks, and they said who are the most unbiased and fair blue check marks out there that do not have an obvious political slant and present fact-based news. And Gene Simmons was in the top 5 category because it was a level. Bye-bye. Drone strike kills top ISIS leader wanted for 2017 ambush of Green Berets. France announced overnight that its military killed an ISIS leader who was wanted by the U.S. for the deadly 2017 strike. Cool. Oh my gosh. Right about my birthday. They're doing this on purpose, aren't they? They're doing this to me on my, because they know my birthday's coming up. Kiss tracks my birthday. It's obvious. Thrilled to sell 45th anniversary of Destroyer with a super deluxe edition. Oh, god damn it. Blu-ray audio box set as well as standard double vinyl limited edition yellow and red double colored vinyl. God damn it. And a Live in Paris disc. What? Good Lord. By the way, Paul is recovering from COVID and killing it, by the way. Just vaccinated, breakthrough case, in bed for a few days. It would have killed him if he hadn't been vaccinated, I'm telling you. Yeah. So let's, and then how about, I don't know how to do this without sharing personal info. Oh my God. And it's a good a topic to end on as any. Oh no. Is it true that Paul's using recorded vocals live? On the choruses, there's some backup, and then there's some lines that are recorded that are backing tracks, like single lines, but the rest of the time he's singing. His speaking voice is what's rough, because he's got a break between his speaking voice and his higher singing notes, and getting to the higher singing notes is like a switch you can turn on. It's the in-between stuff that's weird. And some of the old songs especially are in a lower register. So that, yes. But it's great, and he does awesome, and the dude has every right to bring as good a show as he knows possibly. And it's not, we're not talking about like Britney Spears and Janet Jackson and, you know, Timberlake level vocal fakery. We're talking about single strategic lines. Paul is recovering and has should have every right to do. And they've been touring nonstop for like 10 years. Hal, need you to teach me how to make a nameplate. Oh, you mean like this thing? Right there? Oh yeah, I'll do a little Photoshop class, a little screen sharing if you want. Be glad to do that. It's not hard. It's not a difficult thing, especially now. The word of the day is testicles. Swollen balls. Please don't be pictures. Please don't be. Okay. Replace a word in a movie title with swollen balls. Revenge of the Swollen Balls. Okay. 4 nights in a row, Tucker Carlson is talking about Nicki Minaj being silenced. Oh, God. When Nicki Minaj's cousin's friend sees swollen balls trending on Twitter. Yeah, okay, it's a clip from there. Tenswell, I could stand in the middle of Fifth Avenue. He could send a mob in the middle. Okay, that's like people tacking on that. Swollen balls is not far-fetched like y'all are claiming. After a quick search of CDC website, I found thousands of men complaining about swelling. No, swelling and swelling face, swelling of eyelids, swollen tear ducts, swollen tongue. These are all, 6,900 around the site where you got the shot, stupid. Y'all think swelling balls isn't a real thing? Oh, God. 50 Cent is weighing in on his own theory about Nicki Minaj's guys. Oh, God. No. And this is the tweet that got her, in trouble. And this is the whole, like, she can't even be asking a question, which was what Diamond and Silk said. Yes, she's not even allowed to ask a question. She's not allowed to ask a question. He's not allowed to ask a question. She didn't ask a question. She didn't say, is it possible my cousin in Trinidad, his balls swelled up and he got impotent because of the vaccine? Because I'm worried. That people would go, no, and here's why, and blah, blah, blah. Like, dude got an STD on his wedding and during his bachelor party and tried to blame it on the vaccine. Get fucked, dum-dum. It's embarrassing. She didn't ask a question. So if there are no question marks in this whole tweet. My cousin in Trinidad won't get the vaccine because his friend got it and became impotent. His testicles became swollen. His friend was weeks away from getting married. Now the girl called off the wedding. So just pray on it and make sure you're comfortable with your decision, not bullied. Not a question. Not a question. 600 people in the chat for the morning show. That's amazing. Thanks for jumping in here, guys. I'm going to have to turn this into a real thing now. Love you guys. I'm sorry again for the monster. Oh, fear not. It's a thing. Facebook's always its own monster. Love you too. Thanks, guys. 606. I'm not saying perks on my screen. I'm not. Are there supposed to be perks on your screen? Yeah, this dude totally got an STD from his bachelor party. That's what happened. That's in Trinidad. God knows. Yeah, because there's no diseases floating around Trinidad that might make your balls swell up. What? Good Lord, man. Look, 69 people are dying every day. We also have a report by a cousin's friend of a case of international swollen balls that is obviously very concerning as well. Causes of swollen balls. Oh, God. The fact that doctors have to chime in on this. Infection. Chlamydia, gonorrhea, mumps, gram-negative bacteria, urea plasma, Mycoplasma genitalium, torsion, trauma, hernia, cancer, immunoglobulin avasculitis, Anasarca. Wasn't she the one who did Gamergate? Not COVID vaccination. It's not on the list is COVID vaccination. Just come on. And then people are having to answer this stuff. Breaking. The Trinidad and Tobago Health Minister has confirmed that Nicki Minaj's friend's swollen balls are a hoax. Made a new Nicki Minaj rap song, My Swollen Balls. Jesus. There is no such reported case in Trinidad and Tobago. Well, you're not going to go to the doctor. That's embarrassing. If you're in Trinidad or Tobago, you're not going to go and if you got swollen balls from the vaccine, you're not going to go tell anyone. You're going to post Instagram pictures and stay home. Stargal, thanks very much for the cheered bits. Thank you, Lulu girl. All right, I'm going to sign off. I will see you guys this afternoon. Thanks for gathering for the Saturday morning. I think ending on swollen balls is I mean, I don't know how do you top swollen balls with this? Never mind. All right, I'm not even going there. It's far too early for that kind of behavior right now. And I'm thinking about calling this, and I'll have to make a new graphic, because the show in the afternoon is called Hal Sparks Mega Worldwide, and the radio show, which is on tomorrow, by the way, in the morning, if you're a morning person and you don't see the afternoon show, the Hal Sparks radio program, Mega Worldwide, is on tomorrow on WCPT radio, and of course I stream it on all my sites here. I'm thinking about calling these either Mornings Worldwide or Hal Sparks Mornings Mega Worldwide. I like that one. I like Hal Sparks Mornings Mega Worldwide. It's a mouthful, but it sounds friendly. Hal in the AM. That sounds dirty. Mega Morning Wide. See, I toyed around with a bunch of those. Shreddy balls. Mega Mornings. Hal Sparks Mega Mornings. Could be it. It sounds like an exercise program, though. I've got, I'll figure it out. I'll think about it over the weekend because the next one isn't until Monday morning. So, and then I'm pretty sure the Wednesday morning one will be either punted or late or something because that's a travel day. I'll be in DC that day, and I don't know when we get in and when we can get into our hotel. Coffee with Hal, except not everybody drinks coffee. I've thought about that a bunch. And there's a lot of Sparksist report. Yeah. There's a lot of coffee with, morning streams, I think. Breakfast of Bravado with Hal Sparks. Well, thank you. It's not, I do like that. We'll figure it out. I'll make a graphic. And if we don't like it after a while, we'll change it. Cause that's one of the good things about being, a little group. Hal, up you. Almost forgot the comment. All right. Hal's huge breakfast news sausage. Jesus, this is going into such dark territory. Rising Sparks. That's got something to it. That's nice. Caffeination Agent. That's in Fort Mega. Are you doing Stankfield today at 3? I will. I'm sure we've got more of him. We covered him yesterday. I brought that part up. But yeah. You're at a doctor's appointment. All right, 5 eggs and Hal. Yeah. Hal Sparks is live 5-egg breakfast. But then I got to do it from the kitchen. We got to cook. People will get confused. That's a lot. We'll figure it out. Sparks in the morning. That's not bad, too. That's a little Good Morning Tulsa, though. Just the eggs. Hal's Megalopolis. That's the building I'm going to make. A Kiss of Hal in the morning. It's a little closer to it. All right. Hal's Mega Morning Show. Not too bad. We like it. Feel free to tweet those ideas at me, and I will make a graphic, and then if something is better, we'll change it. Because that's the nice thing. We're just growing this organically. It's totally cool. All right, I'm going to sign off. I will see you guys later. Take care of yourself and take care of somebody else. I'll see you this afternoon. Bye.